Okay, here we go. So we have got options. We bumped into the ice cream seller again, and last time I did it, I didn't actually follow up on it. So let's meet this guy. Let's see him. There you are. I wasn't sure if I was going to find you from the description you gave me. Well, this corner's where I do business. You could have asked anyone, and they would have told you where to find me. Okay, fine. Now, what would you like for your ice cream? Yeah, he's the ice cream seller that I bumped into. His cart was stuck in a ditch, and I helped him put it out. And now we're friends, so we're going to hang out, I guess. What ice cream have you got? What I have to offer? As for the main dish, I have ice cream, gelato, frozen yogurt, frozen custard, soft serve, sorbet, sandwiches, popsicles, melarine, sherbet, cold taffy, snow cones, and halo halo. What the hell's... I don't even know what some of those things are. Okay. For sides, I can offer you waffles, sticks, pretzels, cups, wafer cones, cake cones, sugar cones, chocolate coated cones, double cones, or vanilla cones. That's a lot of variety you have there. No shit. I haven't even started on the toppings. Now I know why I have to keep dragging this big cart everywhere. Excuse me? Yo, we're closed. You don't look closed. Bryce. But we are closed. I really want to buy ice cream though, please. It's really hot. I'll pay you twice as much. Sorry, we're closed. Can you at least tell me when you're going to be open? When I feel like it, off you go. But dude, Katsuharu waved a claw dismissively. Off you go. Whatever, I'll just go jump in the lake or something. Yeah, do that. Bye. Why did you come here when you're closed? This is just my spot. Has been for a long time. I'll open for those pesky customers later, but right now I have a guest to entertain. Okay, I'm honoured, sort of. How long have you been doing this for? I've been in this business for over 40 years now. Wow. You see, I'm this town's only real ice cream vendor. Sure, you could just go to the store and buy any pre-made ice cream nowadays, but it's just not the same. My customers know that. They love my ice cream. Of course, I don't just sell it. I also do ice cream parties and catering. Ice cream party? What's that? Only for very special occasions. Townsfolk must really love your ice cream then. Oh yeah, business has been wonderful for decades. Lately though, everything just seems to be going down. Why's that? Every day, less customers find their way to me. If I don't sell everything, things start to spoil and I have to throw them away. I've never had to do that before. If it keeps going like this for much longer, I might have to face the reality of bankruptcy. I was planning to retire in a few years, but I can't. Not like this. It wouldn't be nearly as bad if I hadn't lost all my savings recently. Ah shit man, what happened? Well, I happen to be an avid player of a game called Mahjong, and just as it so happens, sometimes people play it for money too. This guy's a gambler. Stupid. You lost all your life savings by gambling. That's the funny thing about gambling. Sometimes you win, sometimes you don't. It's a business. It's based on people losing. Let's face it. Sometimes you win big. Look at his face. He's crazy. Sometimes you lose all your savings. That's just how it goes. Aha. How did you decide to become an ice cream vendor anyway? Yeah, change the subject. I have quite a history, human. I hope you're prepared. Well, I am an ambassador, so if you have a story to tell, I'll listen. As you wish. Tell me the story, Katsuharu. I have very fond memories of my childhood. When I was little, we had a confectioner in town who offered all kinds of specialties, from cookies and sweets to cakes and chocolates. The owner was a kind old dragoness who made everything that was sold in her shop with her own 2 claws. Her confectionery was always very good, but it was her ice cream that was truly exceptional. Even as a small child, I could always taste the difference, even when my peers didn't care and proclaimed one ice cream was as good as the next. As I grew up, I came to a fundamental understanding about people. There are those who are content with the lowest common denominator, and those, like me, who could appreciate the finer details in expertly crafted things. I talked with her when I heard of her plans to retire to see if someone else was to continue running the shop, or if she'd taken in an apprentice, but to my utter dismay, I learned that this was not the case. You see, she was kind of humble as a person who didn't think of herself or her wares as special in any way, so she never felt the need to preserve them. I realised that without my intervention, her art would be lost forever. I begged and pleaded with her not to let this happen, but she insisted that I had vastly overestimated her skill. It was not until I ran out and brought her some of the store-bought pulp they dared to call ice cream that she gave in and agreed with me. As a creator, she of course had never felt the need to buy some for herself when she could just make her own, and after only eating her own wonderful ice cream for all these years, it had just become ordinary for her. She'd never realised just how exceptional it truly was. Even though she was already at retirement age at the time, she took me in as an apprentice to teach me the fine art of confectionery. I was her student for a few years and learned the basics of many different recipes, but unfortunately she passed away before I could learn the secrets of her particular blend of ice cream. For the next couple of years I travelled from city to city trying to find her relatives or confectioners of a similar calibre in order to find the last ingredients of her recipe. Going from one disappointment to the next, I finally tracked down a distant nephew who remembered her from his own childhood. Even back then, her ice cream had apparently been very popular with the family. He was very happy to hear that she was able to fulfill her dream of owning her own confectionery. However, after he told me the recipe was the confectioner's own and that she had never divulged it to anyone else, I had to realise that this was a secret she had apparently taken with her to the grave. Nowadays, people tell me that I have surpassed her. What they don't know is that all the different recipes I use, all the varieties I offer, came to be when I tried to recreate her recipe. I never succeeded. Just look at the number of different ice creams I sell. People tell me how impressive that is and how they're all wonderful. They think it makes me better than her, but she only ever sold a single flavour, a single variety. She never needed anything else though, because that one flavour was perfect. I can only ascribe my own success to what I learned from her. Of course, this corner is not the only place where I sell the ice cream. I also have my spots in the surrounding villages, but even out there I can slowly see the influence of the cities taking over. The trouble is, nowadays people just don't appreciate the art anymore. They only care about that they can eat, not about what they eat. They're too quick to settle for what they can get from local supermarkets, ugly mass manufactured pulp. You know, some of the companies have approached me before. They wanted to buy my recipes, but I won't let them ruin what I have by making it cheap and easy to produce like the stuff they sell. My ice cream is only what it is because I still make it myself with my own two hands. This is the way it has been and how it's always gonna be. You mentioned you were planning to retire in a few years. What's gonna happen then? Do you have any students who are willing to take over the business? The dragon gave a big sigh. I wish. I've had a few students who wanted to learn the art, but they all gave up sooner or later. Why? I may be very forgiving, but the recipes aren't. Some steps require manual labour, and people don't expect the harsh conditions that come with the job. Many apply only because they know how successful I am, or how much I sell on a hot day, but they don't see all the work that goes on behind the scenes. I see the same influence of the cities corrupting the youth of today. Oh my god, this guy. They're lazy and seek instant gratification, wanting to make the recipes easier and cut corners, but I won't stand to compromise on quality. If there's no one willing to learn, appreciate and preserve the art, it will tell me there is no desire for my ice cream in this world anymore. Let them have their cheap stuff, if that's what they want. I'd rather take my recipes to the grave than let the big companies have them. I've got a grandson who may be my last hope. Unlike others, he was always interested not only in eating my ice cream, but also in learning what it took to make it. In a year or two, he will be old enough to become my apprentice if he so desires. I'm not sure if his interest will still be present. Even if it is, I don't know if he'll be able to brave the hardships that come with it, but I have hope. However, that's talk for the future. I've got much more pressing problems right now. Okay, so what's up? You see, this area used to be a popular spot for people to meet each other, but ever since Tatsu Park opened, it's not worth to come out to my corner anymore. The store is closer now. Maybe you shouldn't count on people seeking you out. You should try coming to the people instead. That's what the cart's for, right? Have you tried moving it somewhere else? Moving? Well, that's what the wheels are for, aren't they? But this has been my spot for the last 40 years. It's always worked out great for me. Times change. Considering it's not working out so great right now, maybe it's time for a change. The dragon raised a claw to his chin, his expression telling me that he was in deep thought. I guess I don't really have anything to lose at this point. What do you propose? Go to Tatsu Park. They all got the big money that way. There we go. I'm not sure how I let you convince me to come here when this is the place that stole all my customers from me. I don't think that's the right way to look at it. The world is ever changing and you can't stop that. You have to find ways to deal with it, or else you'll be left behind in the past. It's too easy just to blame the change and be done with it. You shouldn't really be so quick to give up, you know? All my customers know that the other corner's my spot. How are they going to find me here? I think the people who'll buy ice cream will spread the word. You think so? It's summer. I'm sure there are tons of people around who'd like to buy an ice cream right now. Well, if you think you can sell ice cream better than me, please go ahead. Okay, so what do you usually do? What do you mean? Well, what's your usual sales tactic? I don't need to do anything special. People always just used to come. During my best times, they'd wait for my arrival in lines and I'd be sold out in minutes. Okay, that might have worked before, but these times call for different measures, I think. Okay, we set up the cart at one of the busier corners. Once it was ready, we only needed to get the word out. Ice cream, get your ice cream! Ice cream by the one and only Katsuharu here in Tatsu Park. Come get some while supplies last. It didn't take much to make the people in the vicinity take notice. The first customers arrived quickly. Of course, everyone recognised Katsuharu and loved his ice cream, but they also commended him on his new location. Others, however, were attracted by me. The human that was generally under priest protection openly selling ice cream gave people plenty of excuses to come over for a short chat. Soon people were flocking to the cart as word got around of the humans selling Katsuharu's legendary ice cream in Tatsu Park. Who's Grey? The Grey Dragon. Okay, have one of these please. Of course. One ice cream for my favourite art student. How did you know that? I've seen you around. Besides, your accessories kind of gave it away. Oh yeah, on the waist there. I see him. Alright, fine. Okay, who's this? Lamus. I need some ice. My colleagues are dehydrated from working in the heat. How many cups do you need? Make it 10. That's quite a lot. Okay, here you go. 10 cups plus one extra just for you. Cheers, pal. I'll make it count. Business is booming, but it wasn't until a certain person showed up that things were about to get serious. Oh, the Emera. This is interesting. Yo, Minister, what's up? What do you think you're doing here? We're selling ice cream. What does it look like, you dumbass? Looks like you're selling ice cream, and since I personally know Katsuharu, I know that it's exquisite ice cream at that. It's not a bad guess. I don't want to tell you what to do, but if the Trade Commissioner finds out about this, I won't hear the end of it. He'll probably be blathering on about unfair competition and abuse of your status. I wouldn't mind his complaints, you know, but since I'm in charge of your visit, it's all going to come back to me, and he's going to want an explanation. I just wanted to help out though. Help him? Is he in trouble? Alas, the human speaks the truth. Ever since the opening of Tatsu Park, my business has been plagued by drought and become forsaken like a desert. Well, it's not hard to see why when you kept staying on your old spot on the other side of town. Yeah, it's my idea to come here. And it was a good one. You don't look like you're having much trouble here at all, my friend. Yeah, I will have to admit defeat on that front, but in hindsight, all successful ideas look like good ones. My friend, how come you never told me any of this? I could have arranged something for you. I was sure you had more troubling issues yourself than taking care of a businessman who should be able to take care of himself. Well, I won't stand for this town's only ice cream vendor going out of business. With this new location, I don't think you'll have any more trouble, but in order to resolve this little situation here right now, I think I'll have to go with a different solution. You want to sell some ice cream? Well, I'll just have to buy the rest of your inventory. Wow, Minister must be very hungry, or very hot, or maybe both. I'm sure that other employees in my building would appreciate a little something to combat the heat. Well, this is like the first nice thing I've seen her do. Would you mind if I borrowed this cart for a while? Otherwise, I'm not sure how I would go about transporting it all safely. No problem, just let me know when I can retrieve it. No problem. Sweet, we just sold out. Yeah, that was interesting. This could have hardly turned out better for me. I can already feel the excitement of my glory days returning to these old bones of mine. Sounds like you two are mates. Indeed, I've served her ice cream since the beginning of my career. Talk about a long-time customer. And a good one too. I know she not only has enjoyed my ice cream out of tradition or necessity, but also due to an appreciation of the finer arts. She's a connoisseur like me. And she bought the whole inventory, everything, gone, sold out. Yes, but don't just see her as a big spender, she is a true patron of the arts. Do you like her? How dare you say something like that about her? She's a muse, an inspiration. Her lifestyle embodies the philosophy of my art. And you ask if I like her? Yeah, I see how it is. Anyway, I guess I should be thanking you for your help, again. No need for that. I'd offer you more ice cream, but I'm afraid we're out for the day. Actually, I didn't even have one earlier. You what? Yeah, that customer you didn't want to serve interrupted us, and now Emma took the rest with her. Oh yeah. Whoops. What a great shame. You sold all my stock, yet you didn't get a chance to indulge in the luxury yourself. No biggie. We'll go next time. You know, you could come by next time when I'm in town again. Now that you have saved my business, I'll let you eat all the ice cream you want. Cheers, pal. Well, maybe not all of it, or else I might go bankrupt again. Okay, we saved the business. Good job.